Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome everyone in today's class for the first intermediate grade. Our textbook is Super Gold 2 and today we will be learning the first unit. What do you do? And the lesson will be reading. This lesson will be presented by me, teacher Mazen Al-Harbi, and the sign language by Mr. Fawaz Al-Agil. So let's begin. Our objectives for today's lesson, we hope that at the end of this lesson, you will be able to read about your dream job and also scan the text for specific information and establish a group discussion about the text. Before we start, a quick reminder of our last lesson. Last lesson we have talked about, or we have read a conversation between Adil and Steve, and each one of them talking about what do they do and what is their dream job. And we have remember that Adil said that I want to be a flight attendant who always goes on flight, and also Steve who wants to be good with computers and know how to deal or how to handle a computer. And also we have said that there is a very interesting exercise you can do with your brother and father. Just write down what do they do for a living. So for example, if they work in a hospital or in at school or any place, so just write down what do they do, your brothers, your father, or your relatives, or the people you know. So you can start your question to them by saying, what does or what do you do, or what does your brother or father do? So you can have a list of the things that they do. And also we have talked about you, and we said, what is it that you want to do in the future? What is your dream job? What is the job that you wish after you finish school that you wish to accomplish? So you can discuss with your classmate, your family member, about the job that you would like to have. So this is a reminder of what we have in the last lesson. Now for today, I would like you now to close your book. I have two questions for you. And once I read those questions to you, I want you to scan the answer. And what I mean by scan is not to read, it's just to look quickly for the words that similar to or relates to the question. For example, if I ask a question about a year, what year is or when was Umar born? So here you are looking for a year and not for a text. You don't have to read all the text, you only have to scan. You go like this, using your finger, you go line by line and find the year, and you find the year in the text. So now, as for our text today, I have two questions for you, and I need you to scan the answer of this question. The first one is, where does Umar live? Where does Umar live? So here, I want you, not now, after a while, I want you to open your book and scan the answer. Look for words like live. Look for words like live and tell us, where does Umar live? The second question is, what is his favorite team? What is the team that he likes? What is the team that he is a fan of? So here you have two questions. I want you to pause the video and go on page 7 and scan the answer quickly. And after this, unpause the video and check your answer after we finish reading. So again, I want you now to do a scanning, not to read, just to scan, to look quickly for the answers of these two questions. If you haven't read the text before, this is okay. You can find or look quickly for words like live, or for words like favorite, or similar words to it, like a fan of, likes, and so on. So, before reading, we have a very interesting text about someone named Umar Hamdan, who is talking about his dream job and the things that he wants to be in the future. So our question to start with, what do you think Umar Hamdan wants to be? So on page 7, have a look at the pictures you have and tell us, what do you think Umar Hamdan wants to be? We have Umar standing or sitting in front of a laptop, and also there is a green jersey, and also there is a football. So what do you think Umar wants to be? Let's see, and let's find out the answer after we will read the text. So now I will be reading the text twice. The first one, or the first time, you only listen, and the second time you listen while you follow with me. So let's read the text. Umar Hamdan lives in Tabuk. He is 16 years old and he is on the school football team. Umar is a very good player and he is the team's top striker this season. Umar wants to be a professional football player. The coach thinks he has potential. Umar is an Al-Watani fan and his dream is to play for Al-Watani one day. This summer he is going to the Al-Watani football school. There, boys learn the techniques of football and how to work as a team. They also have a chance to meet their favorite star players. Umar is really excited. His parents support him, but they want him to go to a university. They say football is okay, but you need to think about your future. Not many people become professional players who make a lot of money, and professional football players have a very short career. But Umar loves football and he wants to follow his dream. So now I'm going to read again, and this time you follow with me, and I also will follow while I read. So our text here is to follow your dream. So if you have a dream, just go after it. So now I will read and I'll use the indicator as well for you to follow with me. So Umar Hamdan lives in Tabuk. He is 16 years old and he is on the school football team. Umar is a very good player and he is the team's top striker this season. Umar wants to be a professional football player. The coach thinks he has potential. Umar is an Al-Watani fan and his dream is to play for Al-Watani one day. This summer he is going to the Al-Watani football school. There, boys learn the techniques of football and how to work as a team. They also have a chance to meet their favorite star players. Umar is really excited. His parents support him, but they want him to go to a university. They say football is okay, but you need to think about your future. Not many people become professional players who make a lot of money. And professional football players have a very short career. But Umar loves football and he wants to follow his dream. So now this is the text about Umar and what does he wants to be in the future. And in answer of our first question before reading, which is what do you think Umar Hamdan wants to be? I think the answer is obvious, that he wants to be a professional football player. So now let's have a glimpse of what is the text talk about, and just also a reminder on the scan exercise that I have told you earlier. The first question I ask you to scan is, where does Umar live? And if you want to scan something, you can quickly scan it by going like this. And if you see the words that relate to the question, you stop at this word and you say the answer. So this is how can we scan. You don't have to read all of it. You just follow follow quickly and find out the words that relate to the question. So here Umar talked about he is 16 years old, he lives in Tabuk, and he is his team top striker. He scored a lot of goals in his team, and also he wants to be a professional, to be a full-time job as a football player, and his dream to play, or he likes Al-Watani club. And also in that school, people can learn the techniques, the plans, the skills of how to be a good footballer. And also he is excited. He likes he likes or he eager to be there. And his parents support him. His parents say, this is okay, football is okay, but don't forget your future. You must think about university. You must think about study and have other career than football. Why? They said because football is a very short career, do not last for long. It's very short. But at the end, Umar loves football and he wants to follow his dream. Now, on the same page, we have a couple of questions regarding this text. Let's read those questions together and try to find out how to answer them. So here we have 6 questions about this text. The first one is, where does Umar live? Where does Umar live? The second one, who does he play for? Who does he play for? The third one, what kind of player is he? What kind of player is he? Number 4, what does he want to be? What does he want to be? And number 5, where is he going in the summer? Where is he going in the summer? And number 6, what do Umar's parents think of his plans? What do Umar's parents think of his plans? So now let's start with the first question and try to look for the answer. The first one says, where does Umar live? So from this text, where do you think the answer is? Let's start from the beginning. Where does Umar live? Here we have the word live. So Umar Hamdan lives in Tabuk. And now we'll go back to the question and we write down this answer. Umar lives in Tabuk. Where is Tabuk? In northern part of Saudi Arabia. This is the answer of question number 1. Now let's read question number 2. Who does he play for? Who does he play for? What team does Umar play for? So here, if we go back to the text and we find out, or we're trying to look, well, who does he play for? He plays for the school football team. He is on the school football team and he wants to go to another team. So here we write, he plays football for his school. He plays football for his school. Number 3, what kind of player is he? What kind of player? Is he a goalkeeper? Is he a defender? Is he a striker? What kind of player is he? So now let's read the text. He's a very good player and he is on the team's top striker this season. So the answer will be, he is a good player and he is the team's top striker. Top striker means a player who scores many goals. So we go back and we said either he is a good player or we can write he is a striker. He is a striker, a player who is at the head of the team and can score many goals. So here are the answer of the first 3 questions. Now let us move on to the last 3 questions. Question number 4, what does he want to be? So let's go back to the text and try to find what does he wants to be. So at the beginning of the second paragraph says, Umar wants to be a professional football player. So this is what Umar wants to be. We go back on number 4 and we write down this answer. He wants to be a professional football player. This is what does Umar want. Number 5, where is he going in the summer? Where is Umar going in the summer? So let's go back to the text and try to read to look where is he going to be there in the summer. So Umar is Al Watani fan and his dream to play for Al Watani. This summer he is going to Al Watani football club. So Umar is going in the summer to the Al Watani football school where they have a football team that he wants to join. So we go back to the question and we would write he is going to a football school that is called Al Watani Football School. The last question we have for our text today: what do Umar's parents think of his plans? What do Umar parents think of his plan? Do they okay with it? Are they not okay? Let's read and find out. So at the end of the text we have read that his parents support him, they encourage him, they love him, but they say they want him to go to the university and not to continue with the football. So the answer will be they support him, but they want him to go to the university to continue his studies. So here we have the answer of question number 6. His parents support him, but they want him to go to a university. Now, we have answered all the 6 questions related to this text, Follow Your Dream, about Umar Hamdan and his plans in the future. Now, we have a very interesting discussion. We have read about Umar's dream and what do his parents say about his dream. So do you agree? Are you okay with what his parents said, that he should stay out of football and focus on the study? Or you disagree? You say no, Umar should go and play football because football is good and he can become a professional football player. So, do you agree? Are you okay with his parents? Agree with his parents, or you disagree? You're standing with Umar. So, is a professional football player, do you think, is it a good job? Is it a good job that can Umar have, or should Umar think of? Or it's not a good job because only few players can make it to be a professional, and because football is very short, football career is very short, not long as, for example, doctor or a teacher or any other job. So what do you think? So I want you to think of those questions and also tell us, is it easy to become a professional football player? If you want to be a football player, or if you choose to be a football player, is it easy? So anyone can be a professional football player? What do you think? So here we have 3 questions that are very important to discuss, either with a classmate or a friend or a family member or even with your teacher. Talk about these questions and tell us, do you agree with his parents when they say he should go to university and not continue with football? Do you agree that being a football player is a good thing and it is a good job? Do you agree that it is easy to become a professional football player, only with the exercises and to have a routine and to go on a diet, all of these things? Or you disagree? You said no, Umar should focus on his studies because he will have more options to think about his future, and also because being a professional player is not a good job because it's a very short career. Here are the one reason. And also you disagree because it's not easy actually to become a professional football player. It requires a lot of effort. It needs to be exercising 24 hours a day. It means to be focused 100%. So just tell us, what do you think, if you agree or you disagree with Umar's parents? And now, don't forget to write down or to tell us or to think of what is your dream job, as we have did in the previous lesson, because it's important to think about your dream job and also and also to do the things that will make you go and to reach that dream job of yours.